If you are a Gen Z entering into the workforce up or now as an employer, what could become your new employee sort of value proposition, right? And how do you communicate to that generation that you're distinctively trying to create a unique culture, right? Because we all know that there's a war for talent. So if I'm a HR head, if I'm a company who says that I want to get to these group of 100 people before my competitor gets to them, what can I do?
Okay. So, as we know, the employee value proposition, is a combination of rewards and benefits that employers actually give in return for performing well at work, or even to attract talent into the organization. So, a compelling EVP generally, in general, includes compensation, work-life balance, stability, choice of location, respect in the role, these kind of things. And when you talk about compensation, reward and incentives becomes an integral part of it. What is important in the context of Gen Z is, stability, choice of location, work-life balance, respect,
Hmm.
and a supportive and inclusive work environment. I
Hmm.
think this is an added one. Okay. Typically, you would have either a combination of statements, you would have tangible benefits, you would have intangibles as well. You would have testimonials from existing employees or ex-employees,
Hmm.
quotes, blog posts, these kind of things that organizations deploy. Okay.
Right.
There is also a concept of total rewards.
Yeah.
I mentioned compensation, but actually, total rewards is what companies are actually working on and banking on to attract this talent. Because what are they including in total reward? So it's monetary, as well as looking at upskilling and investment in employees' education.
Yeah.
So you talked about 23, 24-year old, or even if you're catching them even younger,
Hmm.
then they probably only graduate. So generation is interested in looking at how can they upskill themselves and continue to remain relevant
Hmm.
while they are actually working with a particular organization.
Hmm.
So employers are also looking at certification courses, or online university higher education, etc., which becomes part of EVP, and becomes a very integral part of total rewards. Okay. And why this is emphasized is because uh, there's also data to say that 75% of them actually don't consider college to be the only path to a strong education.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
Right.
about 16% of Gen Z does not define, only 16% actually define success with respect to earning a big fat salary. So
Hmm.
it's not that
Wow.
people in this generation is looking at promotions and sticking around with the company. So when you're catching them young, the organization is actually looking at how can they help you continue to upskill yourself, continue to remain relevant, and continue to remain employable. I think the
Right.
word is, how do you help them continue to remain employable?
Right.
Because this generation uh, is not there for eternity. We of course know that the concept of lifetime employment is extinct.
Yeah.
So becoming employable, and I think this generation values employers who are helping them become that. The other important thing here in my experience is, and this is something that I've done personally, is looked organizations, and I can think of two organizations. We've looked at personalizing career experiences
Hmm.
for attracting this generation.
Mm.
All right. And Nikhil, it's very similar to how you actually a business thinks about personalizing offers for their customers. So
Right.
if you are launching a new product, how do you look at customizing that for a select group of customers? So personalization of employee experiences or career experiences help attract this generation, because they feel that they are given absolute single-minded attention, and I think it is a generation which is seeking attention. All right. So to sum up my response to this question, rather than trying to fill cookie cutter roles in organizations. The approach that has helped is developing a profile of what makes a great employee, uh, and then establishing internal programs,
Right.
okay, uh, whereby we also then look at hiring smart, talented people and then match them to the role. That's what I
Right.
mean by hire them young. So, conventionally, you had uh, a hire and train model. In this
Hmm.
model, we are talking about train and then hire. Okay.
Okay.
So you train people
Interesting.
on campuses and then bring them on board and then match them to the roles that you have.
Right.
So chances of a better fit, chances of a cultural fit, a profile fit become that much higher when you train and hire.